Morning. Morning. How now, my president?
Good morning, sir. How are you doing, sir?
How are you doing?
Thanks for joining.
Morning, Deputy Governor.
Thank you. Morning, sir.
My name is Jayola.
Morning.
How are we,
Long
sir?
time. How are you?
Well done.
Okay. Very well. Thank you very much. I know.
So,
Oh.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to you all. I'd like to recognize and welcome you all to this platform and to crave your indulgence that the program will start 11 on the dot. But at this moment, I'd like to recognize, for the sake of those who are here, the Deputy Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Edward Adamu. You're most welcome, sir. Welcome you to this platform.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
And I'd like to welcome our President and Chairman of Council, Dr. Bayo Olugbemi. Thank you for joining this call at this time. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'd also like to recognize our Registrar Chief Executive, Mr. Sheya Ujobi. You are most welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on this call.
Thank you very much, Akin. Thank you.
I see our revered past presidents here present, Mr. Lauye Jayola FCIB and Dr. Shegun Aino OFRIB. You are most welcome, sir. I recognize your presence, sir.
thank you very much. Thank you.
And I also like to recognize the presence of the MDs of banks who are here with us at this time. I see Mr. Patrick Akimuton, FCIB, MD CEO of EcoBank Nigeria. You are most welcome to this platform. This, like I said, thank you. This is the preliminary greetings. The program will start at 11 on the dot. I'd like to recognize the presence of Mr. Boubacar Suleiman, the MD of Sterling Bank PLC. You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invitation and thank you for being here. I just spotted an Amazon there, Ms. Rosie Ebiato. You're most welcome to this call. You're most welcome. It's a pleasure to have you around. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much, ma. I also spotted earlier the Deputy Governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone, Alhaji Yaya Sese. You are most welcome to this call.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you all the way from Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you,
And,
sir.
my registrar will bear me witness when we are going to Sierra Leone. You travel on land, on air, and on water. And we're happy to have you here in Nigeria live and direct.
I like that. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
All the way from
Mr.
United
John.
States of America, I'd like to welcome Mr. Rotimi Omotosho. FCIB is a Nigerian diaspora. You're most welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay.
I think we also have the Vice President of the Gatherings of Personnel Management, Mrs. Cynthia.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It's a delight to be here.
My sister.
Thank you.
My registrar, sir, we also have the MD of Unity Bank in our midst. She's here live and direct. This is Oluwatoyin from FCIB. She's also here with us.
Most
Good
welcome,
morning.
madam. Most welcome, man.
Good morning, sir.
Good,
Yes, sir.
good morning. Good to see you.
We also
Good
have
to
the
see you
Commissioner of Education for Ogi State, Mr. Wemi Jones, FCIB, with us here on this call this morning. You are most welcome, sir.
You're welcome, Mr. Jones.
Okay. Sir, do
I think we
we
also have Mr. Abdurrahman Yunusa, the chairman of the Membership Services Committee. AY, you are most welcome.
Yes, my registrar. Well done.
Thank you.
Yes, I need to complete that intro since we were the forerunner of the new syllabus we are launching today.
That's interesting.
Yes, back in the morning.
Akin, we also have our past president, Mr. Jeo Ekundayo, FCIB. He has joined. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. So it's 11 on the dot, sir. If we have your permission, we can open the platform for other members to join. We're on the webinar mode now, Mr. Registrar.
You know, time is money, and bankers do it very timely. Kindly, please go ahead.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the President and Chairman of Council of our great institute, I welcome you all to this auspicious event, the launch of the new banking professional examinations and certification syllabi of our great institute. I welcome all our special dignitaries. I welcome everyone that is present here with us this morning on this platform. From across the globe, we welcome you all. To get this program underway, may I crave your indulgence that we take the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and thereafter the CIBN anthem, national anthem. The CIBN. We now take the CIBN anthem. Distinguished guests, we now take the CIBN anthem. Thank you.
Institute of
integrity in thee.
very much, distinguished Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. May I now humbly call on our past president, Mr. Lawi Jayola, FCIB, to please lead us in opening prayer as we commence this special event. And I'll yield the floor to Mr. Lawi Jayola, FCIB. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I'll pray. Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you for the grace you have given us, especially concerning our institute. Lord, even as we move into this year, this another phase, we ask that you will guide us. We pray that our institute will grow in leaps and bounds, and both the professionals and the students, Lord, you will lead us to be truthful to our oath and to the path that we have chosen. You bless our nation, Nigeria. Thank you for we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Thank you very much. We appreciate you for that opening prayer. The Deputy Governor's Corporate Services Directorate, Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Edward Adamu, FCIB, the Governor, Bank of Sierra Leone, Professor Kelfala M. Kalon, FCIB, ably represented here today by the Deputy Governor, Financial Stability, Bank of Sierra Leone, Sheikh Alhaji Yahya Sese, the President and Chairman of Council of CIBN, Dr. Bayo Ulugbemi, FCIB, the Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Professor Abubakar Damu Rashid, ably represented here this morning by the Director of Finance and Accounts, Mr. Sam Onazi, the Acting Executive Secretary, National Board for Technical Education, Engineer Abati D.K. Mohammed, the first Vice President of our great institute, Dr. Ken Okpara, PhD, FCIB, the second Vice President, Professor Pius Olariwaju, PhD, FCIB, the National Treasurer of our great institute, Mr. Dele Alabi, FCIB, the Registrar Chief Executive of our great institute, Mr. Sheye Awujobi, FCIB, Managing Directors and CEOs of banks here present this morning, Vice Chancellors of universities and Rectors of polytechnics, Honorable Commissioners from various states here present, special guests of honor, captains of industry, our highly revered past president here present with us this morning, all past registrars and chief executive of CIBN, all governing council members and committee members, fellows, associates, honorary senior members, microfinance certified bankers, and all other categories of membership of CIBN, management and staff of CIBN, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to this auspicious event, the launch of the new banking professional examinations and certification syllabi of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. This is the grand finale of the series of roadshows, stakeholders engagements, and awareness campaign on the new syllabus that has been running for some time now. The great sage Nelson Mandela once asserted that education is the greatest weapon with which you can change the world. Indeed, the new syllabus that will be launched today by the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria is set to revolutionize banking education and by extension, banking practice in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. I therefore congratulate you all for being part of this historic event this morning. To welcome us formally to this program, may I humbly call on the Chairman, Capacity Building and Certification Committee of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, Mr. Rotimi Omotosho, FCIB, to deliver his welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for that introduction, for the protocol that you have established. I'd like to crave the indulgence of our guest of honor, to please stand on those protocols that have been established. I know we have very, very distinguished individuals, our deputy governors, and our guests, the deputy governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone, our past presidents here present. We also have the president and chairman of council of our institute here present. So please permit me to please stand on the existing protocol that have been established by Morakinyo. With that said, it is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to this virtual launch of the new syllabus of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, not only because I am the chairman of the Capacity Building and Certification Committee, but also because I was the chairman of the subcommittee which undertook the review of the new syllabus initially. I must say that my joy therefore knows no bound today for being part of this milestone event of the launch of this new syllabus. The main goal of our subcommittee when we set out was to develop a body of knowledge that will be contemporary, comprehensive, and robust. I am indeed happy to inform you that from the feedback we got from our stakeholders, and especially during the roadshow, we appear to have surpassed some expectations. And we are happy for the job all of us have done together. The syllabus represents the spirit of innovation in banking practice and the profession of banking. And to say that I'm pleased with the outcome will certainly be an understatement. Permit me to say that the syllabus is unique in several ways. This particular syllabus is unique in several ways. It is dynamic as it provides for emerging and future trends on all the issues covered. It is modular in structure to make it broader in coverage and knowledge, unlike the previous one we had, which was subject by subject format. This new syllabus also incorporates experiential learning module, which stimulates real-life scenarios to test the knowledge of students, as well as all the soft skills as required by the competency framework for the Nigerian banking industry. I have no doubt that this new syllabus will provide the existing and potential candidates and taking our professional examination with the requisite practical experience, technical skills, and competencies to efficiently carry out their job roles as stimulated in the competency framework. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I must not fail to inform you that the syllabus has been endorsed by all the institute stakeholders, both local and international, and has been adjudged as comprehensive and contemporary to provide an effective learning experience for the students, as well as address immediate and future skill needs of the Nigerian banking industry. To ensure that this new syllabus is clearly understood by stakeholders and provide opportunities for their concerns to be addressed, virtual roadshows were held for the critical stakeholders in the 5 geopolitical zones of our institute. I will be amiss in my duties today if I do not recognize the support of our President and Chairman of Council, Mr. Bayo Olugbemi, FCIB, and the immediate past President, Dr. Uche Olowu, FCIB, MNI, under whose tenure the syllabus review commenced, completed, and approved by the Governing Council. Equally, I sincerely appreciate the executive management of our institute, led by Mr. Sheye Awojabi, FCIB, the Registrar Chief Executive, and members of the current and immediate past Capacity Building and Certification Committee for their tireless efforts in availing their time and expertise in making this great vision a reality. To all our special guests in attendance, especially Mr. Patrick Akimuton, the MD of EcoBank, who will present the syllabus, is the managing director of my alma mater bank, EcoBank. I want to thank you all, our past presidents here present, our Deputy Governor, Corporate Services, the Governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone, represented by Alaji Sese, Deputy Governor. I want to thank you all for honoring our invitation to join us for this momentous occasion. It is indeed a testament of your support for the determined bid of the Institute to enhance the competencies and skills in the banking profession. I would also like to thank our members for being patient with us. In conclusion, let me encourage all those aspiring for careers in banking or those currently in the pipeline but are yet to professionalize, to deliberately take advantage of the opportunities provided by this new banking professional examination and certification program, Syllabi. Thank you all for your rapt attention. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was the Chairman, Capacity Building and Certification Committee of our great institute, Mr. Rotimi Omotosho, FCIB. His committee is the committee in charge of putting this syllabus together. We thank you for those welcome and for that wonderful welcome address. And he did end that address by saying that aspiring bankers and bank workers who are yet to professionalize should take advantage of this new syllabus that has been adjudged to be contemporary and fit for purpose for the training of current and future bankers. One more time, we appreciate you and thank you for that warm welcome.
Thank you very much.
Let's give a warm round of applause. Thank you, sir. And now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would now call on our able and amiable President and Chairman of Council of the Chartered Institute of Banks of Nigeria, a quintessential banker and an administrator by excellence. Please join me to deliver the opening remarks. Dr. Bayo Olugbemi, FCIB, President and Chairman of Council of CIB. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Aki, for the too generous introduction. Let me quickly apologize that I'm used to my iPad and my iPhone, but today I've been asked to use a laptop, and unfortunately I'm unable to capture the background properly. So please, I apologize. Mr. Edward L. Adamu, FCIB, Deputy Governor, Corporate Services Directorate, CBN, Professor Kefala M. Kalom, FCIB, the Governor, Bank of Sierra Leone, AB represented by Alaji Sese, the Deputy Governor, Financial Services Stability of the Bank of Sierra Leone, the first Vice President of our referred institute, CIBN, Dr. Ken Onyemuchiokpara, FCIB PhD, the second Vice President, Professor Pius Oladeji Olanrewaju, PhD, FCIB, past presidents here present. You can see a lot of them. I won't be able to mention them one by one because of time. Our registrar CEO, past registrars CEO here present, council members and chairs of council committees here present, especially the chairman of Capacity Building and Certificate Committee, Mr. Rotimi Omotosho, FCIB, bank CEOs and other executives of bank here present, especially the presenter of the syllabus today, Mr. Patrick Akinwuta, FCIB, MD, CEO of EcoBank Nigeria, Mrs. Tomi FCIB, the MD CEO of Unity Bank, Mr. Abubakar Suleiman, FCIB, these are special guests. I also recognize Professor Abubakar Adamu Rashid, Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Engineer Abati DK Ahmed, Acting Executive Secretary, National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, Professor Ademola Tayo, President Vice Chancellor, Babcock University. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this very, very auspicious occasion. On behalf of the Governing Council, management, and staff of the Institute, I am delighted to especially welcome you all to this epoch-making event of a launch of the new Banking Professional Examination and Certification Syllabi. Today will no doubt be a day to remember for a long time in the annals of our great institute, the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. Indeed, this event is a major milestone in our drive to deepen knowledge and skills, implement the competency framework, as well as the global reference point for professionalism and ethics in the Nigerian banking and finance industry. I must admit that this event is also remarkable for me, as it's a fulfillment of a part of the strategic focus of our administration, coined or teamed a team or a team, the way you want it, either a team or a team. And we talk about accelerated development. We are talking of technology enhancement. We are talking of ensuring that we engage all our stakeholders, both within and without. We talk about membership drive and, of course, accountable leadership. And so it's one of our points, greatest point is to ensure we enhance our capacity and capability, and especially our professionalism and ethics, and in the area of examinations. And this has come to reality today. Before I continue, I want to appreciate all the past presidents for your input in this journey, and especially the immediate past president who sold himself completely to this idea and got it approved before his tenure expired. The impressive turnout of a rich gathering of personalities in this one-of-a-kind launch not only confirms the respect and support for the Institute, but also demonstrates the love for our commitment and passion to continue to stand as a vanguard for the promotion of our banking and professionalism in Nigeria. The syllabus we are about to launch is a product of painstaking efforts involving the input of and technical reviews by distinguished scholars, eminent bankers, employers of labor in the banking and finance industry, consulting and manufacturing industry, as well as other relevant stakeholders, both local and international. The syllabus, which identified global trends in banking practices and the requirements of the banking and finance industry, will equip the existing and potential students of the Institute with the required skills and competencies they need to succeed now and, of course, in the future, both near and the far. It comprises 4 modules in each of the 3 levels of knowledge and achievement, incorporating new areas such as public sector finance, sustainable banking and digital banking, as well as expand and change titles of the existing areas to reflect the current trends. No doubt, the syllabus will help to nurture a strong pipeline of talent and deep skills in the workplace to support and continue transformation of the banking industry so as to stay viable and achieve competitive growth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that as part of our promise to review and introduce new routes to becoming chartered bankers, which will enable the bank staff and management to be professionally qualified, discussions have reached an advanced stage for collaboration with the Lagos Business School. Of course, that's the flagship business school in Africa. I am hopeful that the arrangement will be concluded as quickly as possible and agreement signed in not too distant a time. Moreover, in our strategic intent to stay ahead of the curve and expand the base and reach of the examinations, the institutes have had discussions with several service providers for the provision of what we call remote online proctoring for the conduct of our examinations. I am happy to inform you that we are at the verge of appointing the most competent service provider for the implementation of this initiative with effect from April 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to express our heartfelt appreciation to the Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Edward Adamu, FCIB, for taking time out of his very, very busy schedule to join us today. I equally like to thank the Governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone, Professor Kefala Kalon, FCIB, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, BSL, Dr. Ibrahim L. Stevens, for accepting our invitation. In the same vein, I also like to acknowledge the presence of the regulators in the education system in Nigeria, ably led by Professor Abubakar Adamu Rashid, the Executive Secretary, Nigerian Nurses Commission, NUC, as well as Engineer Abati Dawan King K. Muhammad, the Acting Executive Secretary, National Board for Technical Education, NBT. You will recall in my acceptance speech, as your president, I spoke of our need to engage them with a view to influencing the review of the banking and finance curricula of both universities and polytechnics in Nigeria in order to ensure they meet the current realities and needs of our industry. Their presence today is an indication that we are making progress in this regard. I must also say that with the launch of this syllabus, I'm now more determined than ever to work with them to incorporate most of it into the benchmark minimum academic standards, BMAS, for the banking and finance programs. As you have guessed, this will better prepare the graduates to meet the needs of the banking and finance industry. I want to congratulate my friend, Mr. Abubakar Sulaiman, SCIB Managing Director, CEO, Sterling Bank PLC, on his appointment as the Chairman, Bankers Committee Subcommittee on Competency and Industry Standards. I want to publicly assure you of the support of the Institute to ensure you successfully deliver your mandate. I'm grateful to the do of Mr. Patrick Akemuton, FCIB, our long-term partner and friend, who is the Managing Director and Regional Executive of EcoBank Nigeria Limited, and Mrs. Oluwa Tomi Shomefun, FCIB, Managing Director, CEO, Unity Bank PLC, for graciously accepting to be our special guests. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot but appreciate the presence of key stakeholders in the academia, inclusive of Professor Tayo Ademola, President and Vice Chancellor, Babcock University, whose consistent support of the Institute's drive to deepen knowledge and competencies have never been in doubt. The human capital sector in the financial services industry is not left without representation, as we have Mrs. Titi Akinsonya, Chairman, FSS 2020 Human Capital Development Committee on Competency, and Mrs. Rosie Ebenhato, Group Head, Human Capital Management and Development, First Bank of Nigeria Limited and subsidiaries. I commend the efforts of the Capacity Building and Certification Committee, CB&C, of CIBM, under the able leadership of my brother, Mr. Rotimi Omotosho, FCIB, Chairman, CB&C Committee, as well as the concerted efforts made by the executive management of the CIBM, ably led by Mr. Your efforts have resulted in this landmark achievement, which will lend itself toward the enhanced competence of professionals in our highly revered industry. I encourage the bank academics to align their curricula with this syllabus to enable their students attainment of the new recruits who will go through trainings in the academies. This event can be likened to a festival of excellence, going by the caliber of persons gathered here today. By the last time I checked, we have about 377 participants on this call. 377, it's now 378. That is large a crowd, and we are very happy for this. I therefore wish to congratulate you all, as well as the banking community, for the achievement of this excellent attendee, for our invitations. We look forward to providing our stakeholders with ever more value as we forge ahead in the fulfillment of our mandate to deepen competency in the banking and finance industry. I thank you all once again for your kind attention. God bless you. Good morning.
Let's give the president a round of applause. Thank you very much. That was the president and chairman of council of our institute, Dr. Ayo Olugbemi, and we thank you for that opening remarks, and we are indeed appreciative of your kind words. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it might interest you to know that the syllabus that we are launching today was developed in conjunction with one of the leading consulting outfits in the world. This morning, it is my pleasure and honor to invite to address this august gathering the Director, PwC Nigeria Limited, Mr. Cyril Azobu, to give us his remarks on the content of this new syllabus that we're about to unveil this morning. I yield the floor to you, Mr. Cyril Azobu, Director, PwC. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akim Morakinyo, and appreciate the warm introduction. Permit me to stand on existing protocol, and I want to appreciate this very program to launch the syllabi that have been developed for the purposes of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. CIBN initiated a process of reviewing its regulation and syllabi for the Banking Professional Examination Certification Program in order to ensure that it addressed contemporary issues and developments in the banking industry, as well as bridge the identified gaps in knowledge and skills. The Institute's objective was to transform its syllabi to promote industry relevance and promote first choice certifications in ambitious professionals who desire a career in the banking industry. CIBN then engaged PwC to develop the syllabi content for both the Banking Professional Examination and Certification programs. And the content provided would contain the following: the aims, the learning outcomes, linkages with other subjects, content and skills, specification, recommended textbooks, and current publication, and the goals and objectives targeted for the build up of the syllabus were as follows. One, to develop a general understanding of social, political, regulatory, legal, economic, and financial environment of the banking and finance sector section, in addition to risk assessment for banking systems. Would also to ensure that the contents of the syllabi were contemporary and covered emerging relevant issues within and outside the banking and finance industry, which had relevant implications for human capacity knowledge, skills and competences. Also to create a syllabus or syllabi that enable learners to acquire skills, competencies, and mindsets that are in high demand by employers. To also create a syllabus that encourages development of analytical skills that enabled learners evaluate the quality of their own pre-existing knowledge and assumptions. The outcome of the project would impact the decision and examination choices of candidates without banking and finance background, candidates with banking and finance backgrounds with other related disciplines, candidates at tertiary institutions registered under the linkage of the program of CIBM, candidates who are graduates of accredited bank, academies, or training schools, candidates who are interested in specialized certification programs of CIBN, candidates who are experienced bankers with a minimum of 10 years cognate experience, members of the institute that might be required to write specific examinations and or experiential learning module, and candidates that might have to write specific exams in previous past stages due to change in syllabus. Our approach was to undergo the process in a 4-stage process. First, to assess, design and construct and validate and review, and then we report it. In assessing, we identify and agree the learning outcomes for the new topics of each of the modules. And specific things we carried out here were to review and strengthen the structural framework of the syllabi of banking professional examination certification programs, collection of all relevant materials of each modules, including any business, industry, social, regulatory, and legal matters involved, perform comparative analysis of old syllabus against related syllabus, such as similar professional banking institutes to identify gaps, identified and developed objectives and learning outcomes for each of the modules, agreed on objectives and learning outcomes for each module, outline learning outcomes, overall levels, modules, and subjects of the banking professional examination and certification programs, and prepare inception report, including protocols, the detailed work plan, and midway progress reports to enhance follow-up. We also provided advice, or to provide advice on assessment in terms of the number of questions and duration. In designing and constructing the model, we certain the modules to be tailored to incorporate the business, social, regulatory, legal, and relevant matters concerned, designed and documented the contents of the topics for each of the modules of all levels, identify and list related topics, draft reports on recommended textbooks for each topic, ensure alignment between the banking professional syllabus and certification programs, develop content and skill specifications for syllabi of banking professional examinations and certification programs, and divide aims and objectives of the banking professional examinations and certification programs, and define competencies framework of the banking qualification and certification programs in terms of functional and core skills. As part of the efforts to design and construct, we also define competencies framework of the banking qualification and certification programs in terms of functional and core skills, reviewed to ensure coherence of the various elements of the syllabi of the banking professional examinations and certification programs, and reviewed and strengthen the contents of the already existing certification programs. In validating and reviewing, we performed comparative analysis between the new topics and its learning outcome to ensure alignment. We identified and treated any gaps identified between the topics and learning outcomes, reviewed and strengthen the content of already existing certification programs, defined the linkage between the banking professional syllabi and that of the certification programs, that is the number of certification programs, to be taken and exemptions to be gained towards qualification for the flagship ACIB. Also attached weight to each of the modules of the syllabi. In reporting, we updated the Director of Capacity Building and Certification. Once again, once each syllabus module was completed, submitted content for the review for the new syllabus, milestones were drafted new before final copy was agreed with the syllabus review committee and provided support as required on post-implementation. At the end of the project and based on the work plan objectives, we delivered the following documents. One, the professional examination syllabus for the diploma, intermediate and chartered bankers, certification syllabus, and summary of the CIBN syllabus. We also had a journey map from diploma to chartered banker. And we did this by 2020 January. We want to appreciate the efforts of the committee and the leadership of the committee, which was really very encouraging. And we also want to acknowledge the wide range involvement of stakeholders in achieving all of this. And so we appreciate this, and we're really very glad to be associated with this launch. Thank you very much, and have a great day in this launch.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cyril Azobu. Thank you for giving us insights into the making of the syllabus. One thing that is crucial to academics is methodology. And if you did listen to him, you will see the approach that culminated in the production of the syllabus that we have today. And so we thank you for bringing this to the entire holders and distinguished guests. One more time, help me appreciate Mr. Cyril Azobu, the Director of PwC Nigeria Limited. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, it is now time to take special remarks from our special guests who are here on this platform today. But before then, permit me to say that you can join this conversation by going to the Q&A's point on this platform. If you have questions, if you have clarification, if you have comments, our team will be there to give you answers and provide answers to you live. Please go to this platform for your questions and it will be attended to. And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to specially invite the Deputy Governor Corporate Services, Directorate of the Central Bank of Nigeria, a quintessential banker, Mr. Edward L. Adamu, a distinguished fellow of the Institute, to present his remarks. I now yield the floor to you, sir. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to also stand on the protocol established so that I don't mix up and then put myself in trouble. So I will stand on existing protocol with your permission. I would like to thank everyone for inviting me to this very important, I consider it a very important occasion of unveiling of this new syllabi, the banking profession. As a member of the Institute, I'm indeed very delighted and happy to be here with all of us at this very special occasion, as I said. Going through the contents, I will not but agree that this syllabus offers a unique and fresh approach to banking education. It is no doubt a very bold undertaking, one that promises to equip the banking professional with skills and competencies required to cope with the demands of today's highly dynamic environment and indeed the practice of banking. The modular approach, as was stated earlier, adopted in this syllabi represents, in my opinion, a very worthy departure from the traditional subject-by-subject approach to packaging knowledge content. This modular approach is flexible and more amenable to self-learning, amongst other attractions. I note especially the expansion in coverage and the depth of learning expected based on this new syllabi. I think it is also worth mentioning the inclusion of experiential learning. That module, I believe, compares quite closely with internship, and indeed it's more superior in my opinion. This is because it offers a more diverse learning and It reviews cases that transcend beyond just one organization and indeed one setting. Likewise, I also note the incorporation of soft skills of the competency framework of the banking industry. I believe that is also a very commendable thing. I believe this will go a long way in helping to improve and address gaps in critical skills in the banking industry. So for me, overall, I see this syllabi as a key breakthrough for the banking profession and the industry in this country. And I would like to therefore join all of us to commend the Institute. I'd like to commend everyone who contributed. I also listened to PwC about the methodology adopted. I believe that a lot of work has gone into this syllabi, and I really want to commend each and everyone that contributed to bringing this to a reality. I would like to congratulate the President and indeed members of the Council and everyone else that has been part of this process for this marvelous work. I congratulate us all. I want to thank the leadership and the organizers for allowing me to be part of this process and inviting me to give this brief remark at this history-making event. I would just like to end by emphasizing that I reiterating the central bank remains committed to the CIBN and to the ideals upon which CIBN was founded, and we will continue to identify and partner with the Institute as we advance banking in Nigeria and beyond. And just as we are all aware, so many of CIBN trained and certified professionals are working not only in the Nigerian banking industry, they are working in Africa and indeed beyond. And for me, I can only expect more of that with the implementation of these syllabi. So I congratulate us all for this occasion, and I wish us the very best. Thank you very much, and good morning.
Thank you very much. Can we please give the Deputy Governor a warm round of applause? Thank you very much. That was the Deputy Governor, Corporate Services, Directorate of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Edward L. Adamu, FCB. We thank you for that endorsement and for their reassurance that the Central Bank of Nigeria is solidly with us in this endeavor. The Deputy Governor did allude to the fact that this is a bold undertaking that will transform banking landscape, and he joins us to give commendation to the levels. One more time, we appreciate you, Deputy Governor, and thank you for endorsing this syllabi. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. One more time, let's give me one round of applause. Also, to give special remarks, if you notice, everyone that has been speaking here this morning has been the male gender. Now we have with us amazing, the Managing Director, Chief Executive of Unity Bank PLC. It is my honor and privilege to invite to give our remarks Mrs. Olutomi Shomi from FCIB, Managing Director, Chief Executive of Unity Bank PLC. You are most welcome, madam.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC, I would like to say. Let me apologize first of all. I'm having a bit of some network issues. I'm using about 2 or 3 devices, but the network is very bad for some reason. So I will try and keep my remarks very brief so that I don't get bumped up. But good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to stand on existing protocol, but I cannot but congratulate our able president, Mr. Bayo Dugbemi, and our DG, Mr. Edward Adamu. I'm congratulating him as well because the success of CIBN is also the success of the CBN. So I am congratulating the two of you humbly on this great feat. I would also like to extend my appreciation and congratulations to Mr. Omotosho, the chairman of the Capacity Building Committee, PwC, and all those who have worked hard to contribute to this revision in the syllabus. Thank you all. This is our institute, and I am proud to be associated with what is happening today. A lot has been said about the syllabus, but I would just like to lend my voice to a few of the issues that have been raised by the previous speakers. One thing I would like to note is that the syllabus reflects truly the changes that our profession has gone through globally and especially in Nigeria. I was happy to see a modular approach. I was happy to see a structured
Distinguished guests, we apologize for that.
relevant. Hello, am I still being heard?
We can hear you.
Okay. I was saying that I noted the modular approach, and I think this is a welcome development. Also, the fact that we have 3 levels, the diploma, the intermediate, and the chartered banker level, makes it very relevant to wherever our workers find themselves in the industry. It makes everybody relevant, and it gives a sense of progression to the entire qualification process. I also noted the fact that as required by our industry, the way our industry has evolved, we see a concentration on digital skills, on soft skills, on technical skills, ethics, which is a very, very, very important part, especially at this time, compliance and professionalism. I believe that these skills will not just impart knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, and evaluation, but it will make an all-round banker of all the participants in this in the modules. I also want to emphasize the fact that the practical module that has been introduced. In fact, I think that's the one that is most delightful to me, where people can actually go through case studies, as it is done in some, very, very experienced and notable business schools abroad, where we can have case studies that allow the participants to draw analytical tools and quantitative tools. I think this is a very, very useful addition. And the experiential module, I believe it's a very, very novel idea. Also, I believe that the syllabus has come through a timely review. I believe that the review is very relevant. I believe that the syllabus is now robust and will cater to all and sundry. And I wish the Institute and all of us in general success as we roll out this new syllabus. Once again, congratulations, and well done to the team that have put this together, and PwC that have reviewed. And our president, accept my congratulations. Unity Bank, we are very committed to this, and you can be sure that a lot of our staff will be passing through the Institute in pursuit of this certification. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, and thank you, and thank you very much. The CEO, MD CEO of Unity Bank PLC, Mrs. Oluwatomi Shomefun, FCIB. We thank you for that commendation for the syllabus. She did mention that the syllabus reflects the changes and evolution that the banking industry has gone through, and it is very relevant and contemporary in making of an all-round banker. And she has also committed that staff of our institution will all be part of this. We take that commitment very strongly, and we appreciate you very much. One more time, let's give her a warm round of applause and celebrate her. Thank you very much. Thank you, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. To give the next special remarks is a quintessential banker, an innovative banker, a dynamic banker, a mentor, and he is the chairman, Bankers Committee, Subcommittee on Competency and Industry Standards. He is also the managing director, chief executive of Sterling Bank PLC, the one customer bank. Distinguished guests, please join me. Welcome Mr. Abubakar Suleiman, FCIB, as he gives his remarks. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Marakinyo, and thank you for having me. I will seek the permission of the special guest of honor as well as our president to stand on the well-established protocol. It is supposed to be a very brief remark, and so I will go straight to the point. I think the most important challenge that we face in developing a curriculum or in providing education for people is the gap that I have noticed between what we are able to offer in the higher institution and the practical needs of the employers of labor. And that gap is what comes up in the form of unemployment, or in many cases turns out as the high cost of retraining and re-educating employees who have already studied or who were deemed to have studied an area of specialization. Specifically, we've seen people who have spent years studying banking and finance, only for us to then have to spend months retraining them with the basic skills. What this syllabus has done, above all else, it's that it has brought together the stakeholders across all the key dimensions of training and educating people. It has done a very good job of speaking to the academia, thereby bringing in the perspective of the universities. We've done an excellent job of speaking to the employers of labor. I was extensively consulted. The regulators were part of this process. We also actually, there was engagement with the student themselves. So this level, this wide range engagement, to my mind, is the only way we can begin to build a bridge between the thought-leading research work that is primarily done in the university and the value-creating work that we do in the financial institution. So for this, I remain grateful to the team that did this work. The comment I would make as we move away from this is to say that the value of a syllabus or any form of education for that matter, it's determined primarily by the use to which it is put. And in this case, being able to attract people who have gone through this program into the financial institution and watching them outperform those who have not would primarily be the single most important way to judge the success of what we have done. And so we must continue to have extensive engagement with the employers of labor so that they themselves are the one demanding for students who have been through this program. As we move on from that, I would also encourage that a syllabus is only as valuable as the faculty that would deliver it. And if we have done, if we have enhanced our syllabus to be very practical and to feed off the actual demand of the financial services sector, we must then enrich the faculty so that it is not just the philosophy of financial, of banking and finance, for instance, or the ideas themselves that are being explored, but practical ways in which these ideas can then translate, not just to commercial success for those who employ the graduates from this program, but for the economy as a whole. And so I'll round up by saying, this is an excellent job. I am proud to have been invited to be part of this process. I would encourage the Institute, above all else, to make this a very regular affair, preferably an annual affair, no matter how small the changes are, so we don't have years and years of ideas that have then gone obsolete before updating them, because the world we live in now keeps changing every year. But most importantly, let us bring in bankers who are still in employment, doing banking work, into the classroom so that between them and the collaboration that we would have with the professors in the universities and those that are working with CIBN, will deliver the kind of education that we can all be proud of. Once again, thank you so much. And like my colleague from Unity Bank has said, we remain committed to ensuring that our people go through this program and take the benefit of it.
Thank you very much. That was the Managing Director, Chief Executive of Sterling Bank PLC, Abubakar Suleiman. I was privileged to be on a platform when you spoke about the educational system of Nigeria. And on that platform, you did say we continue to optimize obsolescence. I'm happy that this morning you have alluded to the fact that this new syllabus is a departure from normal, and it is indeed a well and excellent piece. And we thank you for this commendation. I appreciate you for your commitment that all staff of your institution will key into this. I'm happy because a philosopher by name Immanuel Kant once said that experience without theory is blind. Distinguished guests, I apologize for that interruption. I was just commenting about the speech of the Managing Director, Chief Executive, and we appreciate you for assuring the entire world that this is the melting pot of experience and theory. And we appreciate you very much for those kind words. One more time, let us appreciate Mr. Abubakar Suleiman, FCIB Managing Director, Chief Executive of Sterling Bank PLC. And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, we'll take another special remark from one of our important regulators, from the National Board for Technical Education, MBTE. It is my honor and privilege to invite the Acting Executive Secretary of MBTE, Engineer Abati D.K. Muhammad, as he delivers his special remarks on this auspicious occasion. I now yield the floor to the Acting Executive Secretary, National Board for Technical Education, Engineer Abati D.K. Muhammad.
My name is Engineer Usman Anjuma. I'm representing Engineer Abati Dawa Kukudu, the Acting Executive Secretary of National Board for Technical Education. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me congratulate the President and the DG of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria on achieving these great feats for the industry. And I'm bringing felicitations and many greetings from all the institutions under our purview, all the technical and vocational institutions under our purview. And I also wish to state that the National Board for Technical Education is ready to partner with the Chartered Institute of Bankers, and we assure you of 100 supports for implementation of your syllabus to all our TVET institutions. And we also wish you success in the implementation of the syllabus and in your future endeavors. At this point, I wish to inform you that it is the requests from my chief executive and management that we also need to have a copy of the syllabus with us, and I'm sure not in the too distant future that we will also, like we always do in the case of quality assurance activities of the MBT, that we will still want your participation in our quality assurance activities in the areas of resource restrictions and accreditation for tertiary institutions. And we also wish to thank you most sincerely for having us in your council, and we shall continue to contribute and support you for sustainable development of this country in the areas of banking and finance. And without much ado, I will want to put a stop. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. The representative of the Acting Executive Secretary of National Board for Technical Education. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is often said that from 2 to 3 witnesses, the truth is established. Today, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, everyone commending this initiative. Let's give the Chartered Institute of Bankers another applause for this initiative. Thank you very much. We also appreciate MBT for supporting this initiative, and we thank you for stretching out the hand of fellowship to the Institute for further collaborations and for appreciating the contribution of the Institute. So far, so good. While you were speaking, I was watching my Registrar Chief Executive. He has noted everything you said. You made 2 or 3 important points, which I'm sure the Institute will relate with you further as we progress. And so, thank you very much one more time. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have heard from town, but town alone does not make the forest. So it is a marriage of town and gown, and this is the melting pot. On this note, it is my honor and privilege to invite, to give the special remarks, a distinguished academic, the President and Vice Chancellor of Babcock University, Professor Ademola Tayo. It is my honor to invite Mr. Vice Chancellor to give his remarks on this auspicious occasion. I yield the floor to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol to welcome everyone to this auspicious occasion of the virtual launch of the new syllabus for your great institute. Babcock University, our strategic partner of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, is delighted and pleased with the Institute's rich history and lots of landmark accomplishments, of which this current syllabus stands out. There's no gainsaying that the transformation of the banking or financial service industry will be determined and defined largely by the quality of syllabus, driving the skills and expertise required to excel as professionals. The Institute has been very proactive by constantly reviewing its curriculum, learning channels, and creating certifications that will affect the ever-changing needs of the customers and stakeholders in the ecosystem. A cursory look at the new syllabus as an academic reveals some fundamental changes that can bridge the existing knowledge gap in the banking and financial services industry. First among 5 that I noticed in the course of perusal of this syllabus is the fact that it reveals some fundamental changes that can bridge the existing knowledge gap in the banking and financial services industry. First of this is the fact that the syllabus was put together after a practice analysis was conducted to determine the skills and competencies required by the professional bankers of today. Secondly, the content of the syllabus was developed by world-class consultants to ensure best global standard. Thirdly, the syllabus has been restructured in modules, making it broader in coverage and knowledge, which is a radical departure from the subject-by-subject examinations of the previous ones. Fourthly, about the new syllabus is the emphasis on practical application of the knowledge of the candidates, most especially in the areas of experimental learning and role simulation models, which to me is very, very, very current and is the in thing in the world today. And the incorporation of the module on ethics and professionalism is highly commendable in view of the prevailing unethical and sharp practices in the financial services industry. Taking cognizance that the greatest opportunity and challenge of banking will be technology, or more appropriately, financial technology, fintech. The new syllabus provided for 2 modules on fintech and digital banking, covering developments and future trends. From the foregoing analysis, I wish to join the numerous stakeholders of the Institute locally and internationally in endorsing this new syllabus, while thanking the President, the Council, and management of the Institute for putting in place a syllabus that will be able to stand the test of time by providing the existing potential candidates taking the CIBN examination the requisites, technical skills, and competencies to have a fulfilling professional career. I will be quick to also add and suggest that the Institute promote the already existing symbiotic relationship between the TAN and GAN in the field of finance should liaise with the National Universities Commission so that some of the content of this new syllabus, which to me is very, very good, can be incorporated into the curriculum of banking and finance in our universities. For us in Babcock University, you can count on us to work with you to ensure that we make the best of this new syllabus. Once again, I congratulate you on this auspicious occasion of launching the new syllabus, while wishing you wonderful and fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Let's give the Vice Chancellor, Babcock University, a warm round of applause. Thank you for that academic review of the new syllabus. We here to you, and we thank you for being a worthy partner of CIBN, and we appreciate the kind words you have brought to us this time. And so, thank you very much, and we appreciate you. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
Yeah.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have had remarks from our special guests, but at this point, we need to give you an insight into this subject we are launching today. And to deliver a brief address on the new banking professional examinations and certification program syllabi, is no other person than the one who sits and manages the day-to-day affairs of the Institute. Please join me, welcome, present to you on this special occasion, the Registrar Chief Executive of our great institutes, CIBN, Mr. Sheye Awujobi, FCIB, as he speaks to us on this new initiative that we're about to launch. I yield the floor to you, sir. Mr. Registrar Chief Executive, Mr. Sheye Awujobi, FCIB. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Morakio. I'd like to give thanks to Almighty God and to also seek the indulgence of my leaders in this program to stand on existing protocol. I have no doubt that you will grant me this. The syllabus for bankers of today and future is what we are launching today. And I like to state categorically that it's been premised on the change, which is the only constant thing across the world. And there is no other thing than for us to imbibe the change. So the syllabus has taken utmost care to encompass all the contemporary changes in knowledge, competencies, and skills required to be ahead of the game and, of course, plan for the future. The global industry of banking is striving to remain relevant in today's era of unprecedented speed, innovation, and disruption of age-long processes. It's no doubt. All of us in this business, practitioners, academicians, as well as existing and intending bankers, have no other choice than to endeavor to acquire the appropriate hard and soft skills, which are, of course, relevant to banking community. What is the approach we have taken in this current product we are launching today, which I can refer to as our #1 product and the reasons for the existence of the Institute as a body of knowledge. The banking professional examination regulations and syllabus is actually reviewed every 5 years. And let me quickly make reference to what Mr. Abubakar Suleiman has suggested, that we should be doing this at least on an annual basis at every point that we see changes. We've taken this. But by standard, every 5 years, we review the content and make it contemporary, as well as covering emerging relevant issues within and outside the banking and finance industry. So this particular review, and the first that we're launching in this manner, is the 9th of such since the Institute commenced the professional examinations in Nigeria since 1978. And for the first time, we took a different approach by requesting the services and support of one of the big 4 consulting firms across the world to help us drive this particular product and the contents of the certifications and syllabi, due to the realities and the need for us to also take a full understanding of emerging trends in the industry, and therefore leverage on the technical expertise and experience. We are doing this in line with what obtains in other parts of the world. And of course, because the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria is a member of the Global Banking Education Standards Board, and I'm happy that the first chairman of the Global Banking Education Standards Board, Dr. Shegwaino, is here. And let me put on record that this body was actually formed in Nigeria in April 2017. So the syllabus and what we are putting together, what we have put together, is in line with what obtains in Hong Kong, Singapore, the United Kingdom, and of course, other places across the globe where the services of consultants were used to develop their examination syllabus. And in the case of Singapore, PwC actually developed the country's current examination curriculum. We are aware of the expectations from our stakeholders. And like it was rightly pointed out, we did not just go into this without a thorough engagement, a fruitful engagement, taking across all the spheres of our stakeholders. And so our stakeholders we are expect an expansion to new and emerging areas. Our stakeholders are looking at how to bridge the skill gaps in the financial services industry. Our stakeholders expect to have a broadened value add and relevance of members in the workplace. And of course, the quality of whatever syllabus we are presenting must be able to stand the test of providing the required education and training. The value of ethics and professional conduct cannot be overemphasized. Banking is based on trust and honesty. And so the Institute, having it as one of the fulcrum in its mandate, the furtherance of ethics and professionalism, cannot but give that to its stakeholders as expected. And on a final note, we are not operating in isolation of the global arena. Banking is a globalization of services in terms of what it does. So we are aware of this, and where bankers from Nigeria must also be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with their colleagues across the world. So we have the structure of the banking professional examination as is being shown on the screen, is categorized into the final level experiential learning module, which is a new approach. We also have level 3, the chartered banker level, and we have subjects there that are electives, which must be minimum of 1, so that somebody can cover areas that looks like, oh, let me know what is happening in this area. And these are very, very important areas: bank audit and compliance, agency banking, infrastructure finance, SME finance, agricultural and rural banking, human resource management, central banking and deposit insurance, public sector financing, which is coming as the first time in the history of the Institute. Again, we also have corporate financial services, bank management and strategy, lending and credit management, and of course, the applied banking. All these are at the chartered banker level. The 4 that I've read are very core to it. We also have the level 2, which is the intermediate professional level, where subjects like digital banking, enterprise risk management, fintech, the finance in the global market are to be taken. The diploma level, which is level 1 really, covers subjects like economics of banking and finance, the consumer service and relationship management, banking law and regulation, and of course, ethics, corporate governance, and professionalism. Let me at this point say that each of these levels are recognized at the completion by any person or any student. But we encourage that once students start, they should be able to finish. The core subjects, as highlighted in level 3, are as follows. We are focusing because bankers today must have a knowledge of the finance in the global market. A Nigerian banker working with any institution in Nigeria will find himself in any part of Africa, as well in any part of Europe or any other part of the world, and must be able to actually play according to the professional expectation. We have what we call applied banking, and applied banking is at the advanced level of it. We also have the lending and credit management, which is the core banking, which is the core issue, which is the reasons for the intermediation of banking as a profession or as a business or practice. And then we have bank management and strategy. Managing a bank is quite different from managing a manufacturing outfit. So these are core subjects that we expect a banker at that level to make sure that he takes. The new initiatives includes, but not exhaustive, we have aligned the syllabus to the skills requirement in the competency framework. I say today that, and thank God, we have every personality that is involved in this particular platform. We do have competency framework being put together for the entire financial system. We have competency framework for the banking and finance industry, which the Institute has been involved in and actually running since 2012 on behalf of the Bankers Committee and on behalf of the Central Bank of Nigeria. So this has been put into perspective very strongly. It has also combined global standard with local content. In the syllabus you see today that we are not only talking about local certification or certification that addresses only Nigerian issues, but also the global issues. We have included experiential learning, which is of a very, very novel idea based on case studies, based on practicality, and of course, examining them in this regard. Strong emphasis is on ethics and sustainable banking. Sustainable banking, you will agree with me, is Nigeria plays a major role in sustainable banking. Kudos to Central Bank of Nigeria when this started a few years ago. And we are actually working with the International Finance Corporation. We have just trained about 65 people, that's trainers on sustainable banking. And we believe that bankers should be aware of the environmental effects of what they do by way of credit administration. Of course, ethics is the fulcrum upon which banking as a business stands. And the Institute, working since 2000 as a secretariat of the Subcommittee on Ethics and Professionalism, where we do a lot of adjudication and of course having a disciplinary investigation and all the rest, needs to hold the conduct and the behavior of the employees within the industry very, very firmly. And I'm happy to say that apart from the inclusion of these in this syllabus, there is a special compulsory certification that from managers downward since last year, all banks have been taking this special certification. The next plan is to escalate this from managers and above to be able to take this annual compulsory mandatory certification. However, for everybody that is learning to be a professional banker, we feel that the ethics certification that will sustain corporate governance must be included in it. It's futuristic because this syllabus has provided for emerging issues and infusion of digital skills. Digitization is no longer a story, that it is the driving force behind banking today. The fintech, the role of the fintech, and of course, when you talk of financial technology, how do we bring them into the knowledge required? So this syllabus has taken this into perspective. And of course, the change from subject to modular system is you go across the learning system this time around, contemporary. It is not just by subject, but you must understand the workings, the mapping, and the way interrelationship between subjects and the advanced level, as the case may be. And finally, one of the new initiatives is that it has incorporated all soft skills in competency framework. We have also brought in the different learning modalities into this, not just the old order. Ladies and gentlemen, without taking much of your time, we have the structure of the banking certification program syllabus. This certification is to ensure that as the dynamics of this business environment changes, we are also able to introduce some certification. Those who qualified several years ago and they are seeing different banking system emerging can also take this certification. And because people can also desire for specialization, so we have about 17 here, not exhaustive, because emerging trends will make us to bring in more. And this 17 covers microfinance, non-interest banking, retail banking, certification in loan processing and documentation, reporting and compliance, sustainable banking, corporate banking, digital banking, ethics and corporate governance, financial markets, deposit insurance, banking operations, banking law, regulation and supervision, corporate and development finance, public sector finance, certified risk managers, professional e-payment certification, which is the latest that we actually launched about a month ago. And let me say that the Institute is not also running these alone. We are collaborating. We are collaborating, and we will continue to collaborate with experts, institutions that have high pedigree in some of these areas. The structure, as stated in the whole book, has what we call 100 multiple choice questions for anybody that is participating, a student, and content in the syllabi excerpts for 4 core modules, as earlier stated, which have both structure of theory and case study questions. I like to state clearly that the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria is the first professional body to commence CBT examination structure. That is the computer-based testing. And we are advancing in this area where we can do more advanced examination testing model. Experiential learning is a 3-hour, that's 180-minute online interactive and role simulation model. And is expected to test the ability to respond to real-life work-based activities. We'll give a transition period of 1 year. That is 2 examination diets. And these are actually been approved by the Governing Council for this new syllabus to run from next month, starting from next tomorrow, April 2021, diet examinations, in order to give room for those who are currently writing the old syllabus so that they can finish. And then we have developed a study pack to enable a lot of people to prepare themselves. The new syllabus will constitute the only basis for examination effective April 2022. And subjects that are either to be passed by candidates under the current syllabus that is running will actually be recognized as passed under the new syllabus. The development of study pack is covering about 21 modules of the syllabus, and we have commissioned experts in this regard. And I want to assure this audience that the quality of faculty is going to be top-notch, just like Mr. Suleiman stated. Those who have the requisite knowledge, pedigree, and exposure will be involved in the delivery of studies. The study pack will be available to students effective 2021 October. Our next step is the mapping of the syllabus. We have already commenced the mapping, and let me also state that we have relationship with other professional bodies, local and international, and we are already engaging some of our sister professional bodies, top-notch, about the areas of exemptions for them. And of course, more detailed and frequently asked questions have been developed to address concerns of all stakeholders. Going through our website, www.cibng.org, some of these questions will be answered. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I conclude by saying that this review of the professional syllabus in banking is not in any way late, but very timely, as the future of our work and career starts now. We at the Bankers Institute will remain ever committed to giving you highly relevant, respected, recognized certification to meet the local and global financial services industry needs. And we therefore want to appreciate your continued support in this regard. To all the MDs who have promised that they remain committed, we want to say thank you to the entire banking industry, and most importantly to our regulator, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation. You can forever trust us that we deliver what will give a safe and sound, competent banking practice. Of course, it's said jokingly, the only difference between CIBN and CBN is the I, and the I is actually what brings the two strongly together. It stands for integrity, it stands for intelligence, it stands for so many things, inclusion and all the rest. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please let's appreciate the registrar for giving us an overview of this new syllabi we're talking about. Let's give a warm round of applause. A very notorious hacker by name Kevin Matrick, he said, my primary goal of hacking was intellectual security, curiosity, and seduction of adventure. And so we don't want anyone to hack our system for this syllabus now. So it's time to present this syllabus we've been talking about since morning to the entire world. On this note, it's my honor and privilege to invite to present to the entire world this new banking professional and certification syllabi. It is my honor and privilege to invite the Managing Director, Chief Executive of EcoBank Nigeria Limited, Mr. Patrick Akimuton, FCIB, to present the new syllabi to the entire world. And I'll call on Mr. Patrick Akimuton, FCIB. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Aki. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
You are loud and clear, sir.
Thank you, and I hope you can see me in Technicolor. It's a virtual world.
We can see you, sir.
Thank you very much. I'll start with a very modified set of protocols because there are minimum acknowledgements that need to be put on table. The Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Edward Adamu, FCIB, the President and Chairman of Council of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, Mr. Bayo Olubemi, FCIB, all office holders and members of council, the registrar of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, Mr. Sheyawo Jobi, FCIB, past presidents of the Institute, my veteran doyen of the EcoBank family, Dr. Segun Aina, OFR, FCIB, convener of FinTech Nigeria and chairman of Odua Group, past president Jayeola Laoye, FCIB, and chairman of the Economic Summit Group, my colleague CEO of Unity Bank, the Amazon herself, Oluwatomi Shumefun, FCIB, my brother, Abubakar Suleiman, MD Sterling Bank, who also is the chairman of the Bankers Committee, Subcommittee on Industry Competencies. My colleague, EcoBanker, now with First Bank, Rosie Ebe Ato, the able chair of the Capacity Building and Certification Committee of CIBN, my senior colleague at EcoBank, Mr. Rotimi Omotosho, FCIB. Permit me to also recognize all past registrars of the Institute, all other protocols duly observed, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great day for all of us here today, for our great institute and for our country, Nigeria. And so we give all the glory to God for giving us the opportunity to be here at this unique occasion. I bring greetings from the chairman members of the board, management and staff of EcoBank Nigeria, congratulating our great institute, CIBN, which is the umbrella body of all banking staff in Nigeria, for the various initiatives to ensure sound, safe, and a stable financial system. You'd see from this launch, which is digital, that our institute has indeed adopted the new normal and moving to the next level. Congratulations to the entire institute. I consider it a great privilege to be invited as a special guest and to present this unique syllabi. As bankers, the society places a lot of responsibilities on us. And as professionals, we must always demonstrate accurate, deep, and current knowledge of the subject matter in a manner that is relevant to solving real-life challenges. It is therefore my pleasure to commend the President and Chairman of Council for leading this bold, innovative, and dynamic learning syllabi. I also commend the registrar, the capacity building team, and all stakeholders for their progressive efforts at deepening competencies in the banking and finance industry in Nigeria, Africa, and indeed globally. A lot has been said about this syllabi, which consists of the banking professional examination and certification programs. It has been commended for being dynamic, modular, unique, comprehensive, contemporary, combining technical and soft skills and all the key ingredients of the competency framework of our industry. It has been commended for the unique focus on ethics, on compliance and professionalism. It has been commended for the extensive consultative approach which gave birth to this syllabi. It has been commended for addressing the needs of trainees, understanding the requirement for quality trainers, and addressing the needs of employers. Certainly, the experiential learning model, which is a compulsory feature in the new syllabi, will provide the desired platform for the alignment of candidates, as they will be required to go through online simulation to solve real-life scenarios. The introduction of fintech model gladdens my heart, quite naturally, because it will more than ever help candidates to think of new and sustainable digital solutions required for the future of work, business, and economy, and prepare Nigeria, position the country to participate actively as a leading player in the emergent digital economy. The CIBN has indeed laid a precedent for other human development institutions, both in the finance space and in other aspects of the economy in Nigeria and across Africa. For us at EcoBank, human capital development is a critical component of our positioning as a Pan-African institution, adding value and operating at the highest levels of professionalism, integrity, service excellence, customer service delivery, and meeting the needs of our stakeholders. The CIBN indeed accredited the EcoBank Academy as a platform for building capacity within the EcoBank family and for complying with the competency framework of the Nigerian banking industry as mandated by the Central Bank of Nigeria through the CIBN. Today, EcoBank has over 1,640 student members of the Institute, 40 associates, 22 ordinary members, 24 honorary senior members, 18 fellows, and 1 honorary fellow. We're indeed on track to move our student numbers to associate level in the near future, as the accreditation of the programs of the Academy affords our staff generous exemptions from the exams in line with the competency of the Academy and facilitates their journey towards becoming professional bankers. And that is a core focus and commitment of EcoBank. As a testimony of our commitment, we thank the CIBN for recognizing us that we moved to being the third best in capacity building in the industry. We would like firmly to shoot for the top position in the industry. And you have the commitment of EcoBank to remain a core partner of the Chartered Institute of Bankers in its efforts to mold world-class bankers that can stand to excel in any part of the world as the world economy goes global. I therefore encourage banks, other financial institutions to prioritize the capacity building, career development, and learning opportunities of their staff as provided by the Institute through its professional examinations, as a means for entrenching and deepening the practice of true banking in our country. Today, lots has been said, the food has been prepared, A lot of work has gone into it. It is my unique privilege, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, to present the new syllabus of the banking professional examination and certification programs of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, to the glory of God, to the service of humanity, to the deepening of the core values of our distinguished banking profession: integrity, ethics, honesty, professionalism, across Africa's largest economy and most populous country, Nigeria. Congratulations to the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, this day, the 30th day of March, year 2021. I thank everyone who's connected virtually that is a part of this unique occasion. I congratulate the President and Chairman of Council, all office holders and all members of Council, all stakeholders that have worked to make this a reality. And we know, and I am confident, that this new syllabi will continue to strengthen the CIBN and deepen the value of the banking and finance industry in promoting Nigeria to become a true global economic power. Thank you very much. Digital.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that was the official launch of the new banking professional examinations and certification syllabi by the eminent, distinguished Managing Director, Chief Executive of EcoBank, Mr. Patrick Akinwuton, FCIB. Did say that food is served, is prepared, and it is ready for our consumption. And he has said that this new document is poised to take Nigeria to become another superpower economically. We thank you for presenting this document to the entire world, and it is now in the public domain. This is the symbolic launch. This is the virtual presentation. One more time, let us celebrate the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria and appreciate Mr. Patrick Akinwuton at the same time with another round of applause. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now that the document is in public domain, let's take a few goodwill messages before we round up this auspicious event. The first goodwill message will come from across the ocean from the Deputy Governor, Financial Stability Bank of Sierra Leone, who is representing the Government Bank of Sierra Leone, Professor Kelfala M. Kalon, FCIB. And so it's my honor to invite Sheikh Al-Haji Yahya Sese, the Deputy Governor, Financial Stability Bank of Sierra Leone. Thank you very much, sir. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Deputy Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Edward Adamu, FCIB, Chairman of Council, Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, Mr. Bayo Olugbemi, FCIB, Presidents and Vice Chancellors of University here present, Managing Directors and Chief Executive Officers of banks present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me start by conveying profound apologies of the Governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone, Professor Kelfala M. Kalon, FCIB, who is unavoidably absent at this auspicious occasion. I am pleased to represent him this morning at this official launching of the new banking professional and certification syllabi of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, on behalf of the board and management of the Bank of Sierra Leone, I wish to congratulate and commend the President and members of the Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, CIBN, for the launch of the Banking Professional and Certification Syllabi. Let me specifically laud the efforts of the Institute for their relentless hard work in upholding the principles and practices upon which it was established and the work they have been doing over the years and since they commenced operations in Sierra Leone. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the launch of the new banking professional and certification syllabi marks another milestone in the ongoing efforts to bring the financial services industry education and training landscape to a new level as dictated by the global events. It is expected that CIBN will continue to raise the bar of professionalism and competency development to meet the standards and expectations of the banking industry in this present age. As the economies of Africa, of the African continent continue to expand and transform, it is vital to equip the workforce within the financial industry with the skills needed to support the high growth and developments in the areas of banking, risk capital financing, wealth management, investment advisory services, and foreign exchange management as the CIBN proposes to do. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the recent financial crisis and the ongoing international financial reforms continue to influence our financial sector development. There is currently an increasing need for emphasis on higher standards of governance, ethics, and professionalism in the financial sector. Consequently, the launch of the new syllabi comes at no better time than now, when the banking landscape has been forced to change, driven by technology advancements. It is our hope that the launch of this new syllabi will revolutionize the thinking around banking and banking education, not only in Nigeria, but the African continent as a whole. It is my hope, therefore, that our countries will make the best use of the opportunity provided by the Institute as it strives to produce high-quality graduates for the financial systems. The recent developments in cybercrime and information technology, as well as the introduction of new products, pose serious challenges to the security of the banking system in the continent in general. To be able to stand these challenges, the banking system needs high caliber of staff with appropriate training, as well as high ethical standards. It is my hope that students going through the syllabi of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria will stand out in ethical standards, academic, and professional excellence. With these few remarks, let me once again, on behalf of the board, management, and staff of the Bank of Sierra Leone, commend the President and members of the Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria for taking the initiative of launching a new banking professional and certification syllabi, which is expected to open an exciting new chapter in the era of growth and development in the banking sector. I thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much. The Governor of Bank of Sierra Leone, Professor Kelfala M. Kalon, ably represented by Alhaji Yaya Sise, the Deputy Governor, Financial Stability Bank of Sierra Leone. We thank you because you have said that this news program will open new chapter for our continent, Africa. And we did appreciate the support of the Bank of Sierra Leone. We thank you for the goodwill message. Thank you, and God bless you. We appreciate you. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are gradually moving close to the end of the program. We will take another goodwill message, but please permit me to mention that this program, on this platform this morning, we have people from Ghana, from Sierra Leone, from the Gambia, United Kingdom, United States of America, Canada, Liberia, Rwanda, South Africa, Malaysia, Singapore, Egypt, Zambia, and United Arab Emirates gathered here this morning. And so this time we'll move straight to take the goodwill message from Mrs. Titilayo Akinsoya. She is the chairperson FSS 2020 Human Capital Development Committee on Competency Framework, and she is also the first vice president of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. I welcome you, madam, and I'll yield the floor to you. Over to you, madam.
Thank you very much, quintessential MC Akimorakio. The special guest of honor, the President and Chairman of Council of CIBN, Mr. Bayo Lubemi, and the Registrar CEO, my dear friend, Mr. Sheye Awojobi. Permit me to sit on existing protocol. It's a Zoom world, and all of us have been sitting down. So I dare say, permit me to sit on existing protocol. Well, I bring you felicitations and hearty greetings from my President and Chairman of Council of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, Mr. Wale Adediran. And indeed, the work I see today and all the comments rightly spoken by all the speakers that have gone before me are quite apt. I must say, however, that I am very impressed looking through the entire syllabus from cover to cover. I'm quite impressed at the modular system that has been incorporated, as well as the experiential learning. As the chairperson of the technical committee of the FSS 2020, overseeing the competency framework development, my work, I was ably assisted by the vice chairperson, Sheyi Onosoya, who is from FITC. And I dare say members of the committee also included CIBN, ably represented by Mr. Shegun Shonubi. When we established the competency framework, we were looking at four main areas. It was the functional and technical category. We were looking at the leadership and governance category. We were looking at the business management category. And we were also looking at the behavioral competency category. And indeed, like Mr. Sheye Awojobi said earlier, these four categories embodies the hard skills as well as the soft skills. For me, and on behalf of my institute, the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, you will agree with me that the soft skills is really encapsulated in the people skills, or what some of us in today's modern parlance call the behavioral skills. The people skills are not just important because knowledge is good, skills, abilities are good, but the behavioral attributes that every human being or professional brings into their day-to-day work is much more important. And this is what drives sustainable results, and I dare say sustainable banking, as earlier on espoused. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to stress that in looking at this syllabus, and even in terms of all that we do in our respective organizations, the behavioral competencies should not be overlooked. And the behavioral competencies is not just about the people skills, like I said earlier, but those soft skills that has to do with emotional intelligence, with interpersonal relationships, with social intelligence, with conversational intelligence, and I dare say even looking forward with regards conversational intelligence. These soft skills are what makes us sound professionals from a behavioral perspective. In closing, I'd like to throw this challenge out to my dear friend, Mr. Shreya Ujobi, to say that I hope in running the syllabus, the utmost collaboration with CIPM will be established, especially when you're rolling out the courses or the modules under human resource management. I also want to charge you to ensure that the change management aspect in the rollout of this syllabus is given careful consideration to ensure that the good work that has been put into this work is not only sustainable, but well achieved. Thank you very much and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much for that goodwill message. We appreciate your kind words and we have noted your very, very interesting comments. One more, I appreciate you for taking our time to be with us on this platform. Thank you and God bless you very much. Thank you, ma'am. And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, we will take the last goodwill message, and to deliver the last goodwill message is no other person than the group head, Human Capital Management and Development, FBN Nigeria Limited and subsidiaries, Ms. Rosie Ebe Arthur. And I'll yield the floor to you, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you. CIBN, the banker's guiding light, and our nation's joy and pride, with integrity, ethics, professionalism, and with competency as our goal. And permit me to add, the leading light in Africa. Good afternoon, everyone. Dear distinguished guests, do allow me to stand on the established protocol. Thank you, CIBN, to congratulate you for the opportunity not only to work with you and to speak today, but to honor the great work that you do. And you do this not only in Nigeria, but as the leading light in Africa. Much has been said to date, and much time has been spent. And I know that we've had the opportunity to listen to the various groups and people and stakeholders who have contributed to this amazing syllabi. Banking has changed indeed, and the future for us in banking looks like more of digital banking and less cash transactions, more technology-driven banking and less manual, more data insights to drive improved customer services or client services, and collaboration. And you see that done beautifully on the platform today. Indeed, we're very proud of the new CIBN curriculum, with some of the highlights being its structure, which is more modular, increased relevance. So practice and survey was conducted. We had input from various parts and have birthed this amazing syllabi. A dynamic production with an enhanced body of knowledge to address emerging trends and developments, the deepening of competencies in the industry on innovation, digital banking, fintech, sustainable banking, artificial intelligence, open banking, etc., and the introduction of the experiential learning module. Indeed, very commendable. I would just like to add a little bit to this worthy work that has been delivered. The CIBN not only has done this, but has ensured that there are other supporting structures to ensure the success of bankers when they take on this program. We have the CIBN mentoring scheme, and I didn't want us to go away without mentioning some of these things. This online mentoring platform facilitates mentoring for our junior bankers, empowering them to become more self-driven, oriented, and to create a great passion to succeed in their field of chosen endeavors. Most of you already are mentors, and therefore you know that by mentoring, you also learn. So this is a two-way opportunity, not only for junior bankers, but for seniors as well, to rejuvenate, refresh, and continue to lead the way. There's also the compulsory continuous professional development framework, which helps members maintain, improve, and broaden their knowledge and skills, and develop personal qualities that are required in the professional life of a banker. Members are also able to acquaint themselves with the recent developments in the financial services. There is also the CIBN Banking Ethics Program, which is designed to drive acceptable professional conduct. And last but not the least is the accreditation of training service providers. And this is to ensure that only highly experienced and capable training vendors render training services to bank academies and employees. So not only have we come up with this new CIBN syllabus to bridge the knowledge gap, enhanced to ensure that recent happenings in the global and financial sector are taken into consideration in upskilling in our industry to enable us to learn, unlearn, and adapt. We have bridged this gap to ensure that we have astute global bankers, well-versed in industry developments, trusted advisors, ethical professionals who are also compliant. I thank the CIBN for this work done, for what they have brought, what they've birthed for industry, for how they're leading Africa, for how they're challenging the status quo, and for how together we are driving not only new thinking, innovative thinking, building resilience, ensuring the behaviors are correct, ethics, integrity, as we have put, but to do all. And I take this opportunity to thank my senior colleagues, our president and chairman of council. I want to thank all leaders this piece of work. I want to thank my colleagues. I appreciate and I take into cognizance the pride and passion with which you have spoken today. Thank you, CIBN. Thank you all the speakers. Thank you all who participated. I'm incredibly proud to be associated with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rosie Ebiafor, one of the leaders and respected voice in the area of human capital management on the continent of Africa. We thank you for that Google message, and thank you for being proud of CIBN. We appreciate you. Thank you, and God bless you. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is often said that show me your friend, and I tell you who you are. Today, we would take some global perspectives as we begin to round up from the Hong Kong Institute of Bankers. Ms. Carrie Leung, the Chief Executive Officer, will be addressing us. From the Chartered Banker Institute, the Chief Executive, Mr. Simon Thompson, will also be addressing us shortly. And then last but not the least, the Chief Executive Officer of the Chartered Institute of Islamic Finance Professionals in Malaysia, Dr. Azura Othman, would be addressing us. Please listen to them as they address us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is Carrie Leung, the Chief Executive Officer of the Hong Kong Institute of Bankers. I would like to extend our warm greetings to you from Hong Kong and I'm delighted to be given the honor to congratulate you on this special occasion. The Hong Kong Institute of Bankers and the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, although separated by a vast distance, are connected by a common goal, which is sustaining the professionalism of our banking industry. It is therefore important to celebrate the significant milestone we make along the way, such as this one. We know all too well that the global banking industry has changed significantly from what it was 10 years ago. Change is happening at an unprecedented rate and accelerated by the events over the past 12 months and the pressing need to consistently evolve and adapt. It is not about ensuring our bankers are ready for today. It is anticipating our industry's future and providing our talents with the right head start. We see the launch of CIBS new syllabi as a significant step in that direction. The comprehensive program covers the key modules such as fintech and digital banking. In addition, it includes the core values of being a banking practitioner, such as integrity, innovation, professionalism, and ethics, which is vital, especially in this digital age. We also see that the program provides opportunities for continuous learning, which is important for practitioners to reach their full potential, and ensuring our banking community is consistently learning, growing, and improving. CIBN's expansion of a formal training structure is an approach that resonates with us. We also have gone through the similar process in 2017. We launched the Hong Kong Certified Banker program to attract and nurture banking talent at all levels. It aims to provide a common qualifications benchmark for the local banking industry. We seek to provide participants with a clear vocational qualifications pathway that will help them develop the skills needed for the future, ranging from specialist knowledge and also the generalist skill set. Finally, I'm pleased to see that we are both making strides towards our common goal. I would like to wish the CIBN's success in the rollout of its new syllabi and hope that your program can serve as a good starting point for talent who plan to join the banking industry from other sectors.
Dear colleagues, on behalf of the Chartered Banker Institute, the oldest institute of bankers in the world, I'm delighted to join you virtually today. And I hope it won't be too long before I have the chance to renew our friendship in person in Lagos or in London, rather than by video. Let me begin by offering our warmest congratulations to our colleagues and friends at the Institute of Bankers in Nigeria on the launch of your new professional banking syllabus, which my colleagues and I have had the honour to study in recent days. And can I add my own personal congratulations to your Chief Executive Sayer for the leadership he's shown in developing this. You've put together a broad and robust syllabus with an excellent balance of global and national banking content that should, in my view, provide future generations of bankers in Nigeria with the knowledge and skills they need to serve their customers, their clients, and their communities. I was particularly pleased to see the emphasis placed in the syllabus on both sustainable finance and digital banking, two global megatrends that I believe will shape banking and finance for the foreseeable future. At the same time, it is also very good to note that core banking skills, credit, lending, risk management, trade finance, and law remain as important elements of the syllabus too, alongside ethics, governance, and professionalism, which is the foundation on which banking ultimately must rest. The Chartered Banker Institute is the only body in the world to be empowered by Her Majesty the Queen through her Privy Council to award the Chartered Banker designation to individuals who meet the high standards of ethically professional, socially purposeful banking that we set. On behalf of our institute, I can attest that the new professional banking syllabus will help enhance and sustain banking standards in Nigeria, and I suspect more widely too. It will also strengthen links to our own Chartered Banker Award and the world-leading Chartered Banker MBA program at Bangor University, which has been my pleasure to see so many leading bankers from your great country attend over the past 10 years. I would therefore strongly encourage individuals, employers, regulators and policymakers to welcome and support the new syllabus and do all you can to enhance and sustain banking professionalism nationally, regionally and worldwide.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to all of you in Nigeria. My name is Dr. Azura and I am the CEO of the Chartered Institute of Islamic Finance Professionals in Malaysia, also known as SAFE. Firstly, allow me to show my appreciation to everyone at the CIBN for inviting me to deliver this goodwill message on behalf of the members of SAFE. We are truly honored for the opportunity to connect with all of you and to start a foundation for potential collaboration with the CIBN. On this joyous occasion, I would like to personally congratulate the CIBN for the launch of your new banking professional examinations and certification programs, Syllabi. I truly believe that this launch symbolizes the commitment of the Institute to continue to deliver the best and to transform itself with new innovative ideas in developing the best talents in the future. Once again, my sincere wishes and congratulations to the members of the CIBN, and may your organization continue to flourish in the coming years. Stay safe, and I look forward to a successful working relationship in the future.
Thank you very much, distinguished guests. Those were comments from institutes of bankers around the world, banking institute from UK, Hong Kong, and Malaysia. On this note, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the concluding part of this program as I invite our Registrar Chief Executive, Mr. Sheye Awojobi, FCIB, for the wrap-up and closing remarks on this auspicious event. And now hand over the floor to our Registrar Chief Executive for the wrap-up and closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Aki. Let me start on a note of apologies that this event was earlier scheduled for about an hour, and we have taken about 25 minutes or thereabout. But you know that is best before end. And so to our leaders of thought on this platform, we want to say we are very sorry. Good things will never depart your endeavors in Jesus' name. Greater thanks to Almighty God. And we really want to say that you have added value to us, and we will continue to up the game every time. Specific thanks to the Deputy Governor, Corporate Services Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Edward Lamek Adamu, FCIB. You have said a lot, and their policy statement, and we are not taking it for granted. But the one I can quickly remember is that CBN remains committed to CIBN and the ideals upon which CIBN was established. And these, we can say it very firmly, that we will not disappoint you as a member, as an institution, as a body of knowledge. We'll continue to do what is right for a safe and sound banking system and financial services by extension in Nigeria. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of the president, we also want to say a big thanks to the Committee of Governors for your support at all times. Also want to say a big thank you to the managing directors of the banking industry, body of bank CEOs who are ably represented here today by top level bankers, the Amazon, Mrs. Tommy Shomefun, a fellow of the Institute and serving the Institute in several capacities. We are conscious of the commitment you have given. Thank you so much, man. Mr. Abubakar Suleiman, we want to thank you very sincerely. And of course, the way and manner you have been contributing very immensely to the growth, especially the different roles you have played and you continue to play. Thank you so much for your time. Want to also thank Mr. Patrick Akinwuton, not just launching, but you sit today as the pillar of maintenance of ethics and professionalism, as the chair of Subcommittee on Ethics and Professionalism of the Bankers Committee, which the Institute is a secretariat for over 2 decades. Thank you so much. And your commitment that when you reel out the statistics, I was asking Akin whether he has the same statistics or he furnished you with the statistics. Sir, we know that EcoBank is across Africa. And we know that it's not only in Nigeria. And that CIBN today conducts examination in 7 African countries. And we know what it means to really be a Pan-African leader. And that CIBN today sits as the chair of the Alliance of African Institute of Bankers. That's why we have our colleagues from Gambia, Liberia, and so on joining us. So it's capacity building across the African continent, and of course, leveraging on the global perspective. Thank you so much, sir. I want to thank Mr. Professor Abubakar Adamu in absentia. There's a difficulty in joining us. That's the Executive Secretary of NUC. Thank you so much, sir. The advice for us to link with the NUC is not going to be taken for granted. We've been part of the minimum academic benchmark and the standards. We'll continue to be part of it. We've been part of accreditation. We want to bring banking and finance back to the first and the noble profession it used to be. And people will be asking children, students will be looking forward to going for banking and finance as it used to be. We also want to thank Engineer Abati, DK Mohammed, represented by Engineer Danjuma of MBTE. You can be rest assured that before you leave this platform, you will get an electronic copy of the syllabus. And then the hard copy will be delivered to you within the next 48 hours, as promised. We have our zonal office in Kano and Abuja. Between the two, you will get this syllabus as requested for. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. And to my Vice Chancellor, I'm a student of Babcock, Professor Ademola Tayo. I remain your student forever. And though I will leave school, but learning under you, it has been a wonderful thing for me. And of course, a partnership. So since learning is a continuum, Prof, thank you very much for giving us the 5-point agenda that you have been able to extract. But it has turned to 6 when you finish delivering it, because the liaison with NUC is the 6th one. That is very key in terms of reeling out. We have about 65 universities that we are linked to and the polytechnics, and we are expanding that scope. By the grace of God, the Lord will see us through in doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot but thank our international partners led by the governor of Sierra Leone. Today, we conduct exams in Sierra Leone, going by air, water, and land. Anybody that knows Freetown will understand what I'm talking about. Professor Kelfa M. Kalon, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, Sheikh Alhaji Ayasase. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you for being partners in progress. We know that we have the West African Bankers Association headquarters in Sierra Leone, and we're actually working very strongly with that body to ensure that the West African banking space is well competently prepared for the activities. To my sister and my chair, Mrs. Titilayo Akisoya, how can I thank you more than to say that the reward for good hard work is more work for you, man. And you have told us again, the behavior of bankers is of essence to the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, because that drives ethical banking, that drives customer service, that drives the banking public confidence in the banking industry. We cannot toy with it. And so it's a discipline, it's a culture, it's that of character that the Institute takes very seriously. So many people do not know that customers bring petition against banks. Banks bring petition against their banks. And we solve this and send it. It's an ombudsman. It's an alternative dispute resolution issue. And the code of ethics for professional bankers is very strict. One of the reasons the Institute is also reviewing its act to be able to ensure that people behave the way they are supposed to behave. And the current president is not joking with this in terms of ensuring compliance. Thank you very much for bringing it up. And of course, I'd like to thank my sister from another client, Ms. Rosie Ebiato. First Bank of Nigeria is the #1. And the commitment I wanted to hear from you is that from tomorrow, every member of First Bank who has not fully registered and commenced examination, you will do something. But I know that you are doing more than that, because a past president of this institute is also on board of First Bank. And the entire First Bank is CIBN. So 125 years of history under good character and behavior, we cannot but continue to promote competency. Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations for your appointment in Ghana as a board member of the MTN Corporate Foundation there. I cannot thank my colleagues from Hong Kong, from UK, from Scotland, because we recorded them. But I know that by the vibes or vibrations of my appreciation, we get across to them. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to come back home to thank the leadership of the Institute. Let me start from the chairman of the capacity building, Mr. Rotimi Omotosho. Thank you very much for, even though you are not in the country, they have never missed one of the activities. Even your immediate chair, Mr. Brahma Yunusa, will now see that it is not a success for any leader until you have a good success. You started the work and you have finished the work successfully. But this is the real beginning of the work, sir, for you getting people to be able to run the syllabus successfully. Thank you very much. I also want to thank Mr. Cyril Azobu, the director of PwC. Thank you very much, Cyril. It's been a long journey, but don't leave this project at this point, because it has become your flagship for professional curriculum development in this continent. You did it for Hong Kong, you have done it for us in Nigeria, and we know that it's a product that must continue to take its rightful position. I want to thank all past presidents of the Institute that have made today a wonderful one. Starting from Mr. Lauyi Dayola, the Director General of NESD currently. I want to say thank you to you. Dr. Segun Aino, who is also the President, Chairman of the Global Banking Education Standards Board. I want to say thank you to you. We also want to thank Otumba Oshibogun, sitting elegantly there. We know what you have done to contribute into this particular product. Thank you very much. I want to thank our father, who, when the CIBN anthem was being rendered, he was singing it, which shows the depth of understanding, before Rosie came to tell us the lyrics of it. Thank you so much, sir, Mr. Femi Ekundayo. Thank you for being there always. We really appreciate you. Dr. Uche Messiah Olowu, thank you very much. You brought in a lot of what I call tonic into the engagement of PwC, and it has worked out very wonderfully well. Thank you so much, sir. For all other past present who are not here, they contributed their own quota to this. Thank you so much. And of course, I will want to thank the office holders. The National Treasurer, Mr. Dele Alabi, thank you so much for this. Of course, we want to thank the first Vice President, second Vice President, Professor Olanrewaju, who has been donated to us from the academia, and we are not missing that link. Thanks to Babcock for donating him very well. But I think we'll begin to charge also consultancy fee for what is bringing back to Babcock. We'll discuss that after this meeting with this. Thank you so much, First VP, Dr. Kenneth Opara, FCIB. And of course, finally, I'd like to thank the President and Chairman of Council, who said this must be achieved as part of his focus. And in a team or team A, all put together today, I'm sure you are riding on the coast of fulfillment. But it is not yet over until it is over. Until you start inducting many students, many associates who are riding on this, and MDs are saying, if you don't have a CIB, you are not my employee. It is not over. The Lord that you serve as a pastor will see you through in achieving this. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot but thank my colleagues in management, the capacity building team, the membership services team, all my colleagues in ESCO, Shegun Shonubi, Akimorakiyo, Rita, and all my wonderful colleagues in the staff. They are all part and parcel of this. I want to thank you very much. Of course, the gentlemen of press, you are the one that will help us a lot of policy statement around this. We believe that the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria is a partner for the progress of Nigerian economy in its sustainability, the soundness of the banking industry, and of course, the safety of it is our focus, premised on ethics and professionalism. Thank you very much. God bless you. And I wish all of you to stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, our Registrar Chief Executive, for that vote of thanks and closing remarks. We appreciate you very, very much. In the words of Socrates, education is a kindling of a flame and not the filling of a vessel. So on this note, to close this program, would like to call on Hajia Risikat Ahmed, Executive Director, ASO Savings and Loan PLC, and a member of the Governing Council of our Great Institute, to please close this event with prayers for us. Hajia Risikat Ahmed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh Allah, whatever blessing has been received by us this evening and afternoon, or any one of your creation, is from you alone. You have no partner, all praises is for you, and thanks is to you. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Hajia. We appreciate you. And all is well that ends well. But before we take the national anthem and the CIB anthem and we close, I'd like to please implore us to please switch on our camera. Would like to freeze this moment. Please switch on your video. Would like to freeze this moment for memorabilia and for history, because history has just been made. And so everyone on video, please switch on your video for just a moment, and studio will take the picture for memory. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll now take the CIBN anthem and the national anthem before we disperse. Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Program. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, one. Thank you all. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Well done. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. Well
Thank you,
done.
Legislative Executive. I now yield the floor to you, sir.
Thank you,
I yield the floor to our
Congratulations, President. And actually, you did very well.
God bless you, ma.
Congratulations, all members of our institute.
Thank you, Daddy. Daddy J.O. Ekundayo. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
My great delight.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Papa Inan. Thank you, Professor Ajibola. Thank you, Dr. Olowu. Thank you, my Egbon Akin Jayola Laoye. Thank you. Thank you, Rahman, my neighbor, my friend.
Thank you. Very well done, John.
Thank you, the CEO. The CEO.
You,
Global. God bless you.
Thank you,
Akin,
sir.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well done.
Egbon,
all the best.
Your face is shining.
Thank God.
Baba Ben, how London now?
Congratulations to all of us.
My great chair.
My Oga,
how are
sir?
I love this your background.
We expect you soon.
Okay. after vaccination.
After vaccination, yes.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir.
Well done. I hope we can get copies of this electronically.
Oh yes. Oh yes. It will be made available to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Baba, akópalẹ̀ mọ́ sà.
Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ tí ẹ rántí pé a wà lórí website.
Ẹ má bínú sà.
Ẹ kí gbogbo èèyàn rántí àwa past register.
Ẹ má bínú sà. It's been recorded ever since, sir.
Well, we thank God for your life and a very beautiful program. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Well, thank God. I hope you will take time to be around.
We will. I will try my best, sir. I will try, sir.
Thanks. God bless you.
Never make everybody, sir. All right, sir.
Okay.
Auntie, thank you. Bye bye.